More responsibility doesn't have to mean more pressure. Usually, it's pressure that nobody sees. Leaders carry. You can't always eliminate responsibility, and the goal isn't to have less of it, it's to handle it well. That's why it's important to learn how to process better without allowing pressure to dictate decisions to you. Because if pressure starts driving your decisions instead of clear thinking, eventually you'll pay the price somewhere else. In finances, in relationships, or with your health and well-being. God forbid, all three. Some think successful people have everything figured out, but they don't. Because they have more responsibility, they tend to have more pressure, which means they really need to learn how to maintain their internal state of being. And that means, do I have peace or not? For instance, if a business owner is thinking about today's sales, they're also thinking about payroll, cash flow, customers, employees, growth, business growth, taxes, and whether the decisions they're making today are going to create a problem 6 months from now. An executive, on the other hand, may be responsible for the quality of their work because their decisions affect departments, budgets, projects, and sometimes hundreds, even thousands of people. Entrepreneurs often think about their marketing, reaching more people, building relationships, and serving their clients. Sometimes that means building different offers that solve real problems. In the same way, we have responsibilities in our home, in our families. We might be the person that everyone comes to when there's a problem, the one person they depend on. And then they expect you to have all the answers, to have a clear mind when everyone else is losing theirs. And from the outside, you might look like a strong person, but hidden underneath is the constant pressure of the responsibilities every day. But we don't want to assume that pressure only comes from difficult situations or circumstances, because it also comes from success. The more successful we become, the more opportunities that we have, and the more opportunities we have, the more decisions we have to make. And the more decisions we make, the greater the risk of making the wrong one. Because responsibility has a way of creating a ripple effect on every area of our life. I've noticed something over the years, working with executives, business owners, entrepreneurs, and various leaders, that their struggle isn't from a lack of intelligence. It's usually because they're trying to think clearly while carrying so much mental stress. It can weigh them down. One decision competes with maybe 10 other things. One conversation reminds them of something else they needed to be doing. And even when they're home, part of their mind is still at work. And when they're at work, they're thinking about something happening at home. Their minds rarely get a break. Eventually, pressure affects the quality of their thinking and they burn out. And unintentionally, they become more reactive, more distracted. This leads to rushing decisions or making emotional ones instead of slowing down and processing them more clearly. They might even delay decisions out of mental exhaustion. Neither way leads to better outcomes. What's important to see is pressure doesn't affect one part of our life. It tends to spill over. It can go into our work and affect our relationships, our finances, and our health, mentally, emotionally, and physically. Health affects our ability to think clearly. So pressure in one area eventually manifests somewhere else. Because life isn't compartmentalized, everything is connected. Whether we recognize it, admit it, want it, or deny it or not. But the strongest leaders know how to handle pressure. They process it without letting it control the way they think. That's a skill they developed with intention, a skill worth developing.